right now. Hey, everyone. How are you doing? Yes, we're late, but that's all right. We have a special guest with us today, Miss Caroline, that many of you know as Caro, that's monitors the chat room and is just, wow, we're going to have her on tomorrow, kind of just one-on-one. So we'll have a chance to get her to know a little bit better. So Patrick, let me just say, Patrick, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Wayne. Good to be back.
Well,
how are you?
Love to have. Any better, I'd be guilty, but I was never that innocent to begin with. So welcome everyone in the chat room, everyone that's listening to us. Welcome to Talking with the Planets. So
yay.
It's Patrick, it's getting
interesting.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Miss Caroline, you do a lot of the help in the transcripts, so I was curious to get your point of view. You've been kind of here from the beginning.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Wayne, I get the impression we're sitting in front of the teacher. Is that right?
Hey, listen, that's how you learn.
Yeah, you know, I'm not the teacher. Wayne is the teacher. I'm listening all the show and I'm learning, and I passed my test, though. I did.
Good.
You remember that comment, that long comment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is it.
Love it.
I think sometimes people forget that there are tests. You can't, how do you know that you know something until you're tested on it? Right, Patrick?
Yes. And when you start using divination tools and you start activating your abilities, you do go through a probationary period and you are tested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you really are.
Actually, if I may say about the test, the narrow gate, they talk about the Bible. I really have the great feeling that I found what it is about. And it's the narrow gate is for you to choose between fear and love in everything. And that's include, and most specifically for all the questions we get in the work we do, right? All the answers. There's all the answers. You get to choose. You use your free will to choose between fear and love. And if you choose love, it's like when you talked to Shakira when you did. She told you it was possible to escape, but unlikely, highly unlikely. I'm like, fuck highly unlikely. I want the possible. And trust me, Wayne, when you cross over and when I cross over, we're going to both run out bubble gum and we're going to kick ass.
Can I just say that we may have been speaking with a prison guard. They're not going to tell their inmates that they can escape, are they?
No. Are we talking about Shakira?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know about her.
Yeah, the domain. Actually, I know the story you're going through right now with the alien.
Mm-hmm.
And do not tell her anytime you understand. Use comprehend.
Now, you were sharing that, and Patrick, I know you had mentored Caroline on that. Let's talk about this. So, the term understand.
It's the English language. If you say to somebody, I understand you, you are saying, I stand underneath you. You are above me.
Whoa.
And you mustn't do that. You're subjugating yourself. So you say, I comprehend what you're saying. So if someone says to you, do you understand me? You say, no, but I comprehend what you're saying.
That's right.
I like that. That's profound. Mm-hmm. I contend that the English language is a spell language.
It's completely magic, all of it.
Yep. We're going to do a show on that because people don't understand it. They speak. You see? There we go. Understand. You know, they do not comprehend.
You know how I managed to do that?
How's that?
I was walking around my kitchen table saying, comprehend, 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 for about half an hour.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's good. And you can see it's how we talk. We don't even hear ourselves talk.
We're programmed.
We're programmed. And so whether it's apprehending or comprehending, we do not understand that the English language is a spell witchcraft-based language.
That's right.
It is. And then
there it is.
They're going to go, what are you talking about? These people are talking that English is, yes, it is. So, Mr. Patrick, how have you been this week? I have seen a couple of your shows and they're growing and I think it's great.
We are getting flooded, aren't we, Caroline?
Oh, yeah. I got a long list.
I've had a good week apart from yesterday. Spent all day at the hospital with Angie yesterday.
No setbacks? Yeah.
She's been coughing a lot, but she had an X-ray. Her chest is as good as it can be under the conditions. Waiting on the blood results of a blood test, and we're waiting for another scan to happen. So,
well, we stand.
She's okay. We're all very positive.
Yeah.
Could be the change of medication. Something needs tweaking.
Yes. Yeah. They have the cure.
Of course they do. I know they do.
Well, we all have the cure. We all have the cure. We've been told to talk to our DNA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. Well, how many people? Well, we got 200 plus people in here. So
hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Just invoking great favor upon all the people hearing our voice and seeing our image. Not only favor, but we invoke protection, and no harm will come to any person listening to my voice. And you can come in this place and know that this is an opportunity to learn, to expand our awareness of the beings that we cohabitate with. So great favor to you, restoration and protection. And I invoke my legions as Caroline received, and it was so true. They're not there to serve you, folks. They're there because they want to be. They're backing you. You're on the team. It's just that you're the one carrying the ball right now. And I think that's how I look at it. I look at
control.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we'll get on the other side, and most likely we'll support someone that'll be here. I think that's how it works.
I'm going to haunt Caroline. I've already decided.
Well, this is the kind of team. I love it. Well, we got questions here and got a lot of Earth questions. Got some Sun questions. The domain, got a lot of the domain questions.
Before we go on, can I just say Shakira's name? I've had some clarity on that. It's a cross between Shakira and chakra. It's something between the two. Shakira rather than Shakira. You with me?
Yes. Shakara.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And that's not a perfect translation, but it's the a merging of the two names.
So it would be Shakara.
Something like that. Yes, that's very
H-A-K-A.
It could be a CH.
O-C-H.
You put Shakira with chakra and make the S a C.
Shakara.
Something like that, Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was asked a question during my last show whether she visited with me after our show last week, Wayne.
Yes.
And I told them the truth. I said she visited, but she didn't stay. She's more interested in you, Wayne.
Well, that just gives me the warm and fuzzies. Well, that's fine.
Somebody here is saying in the chat room, Shaka, S-H-A-A-A-A-C-K-K-K-A-A.
That's just a phonetic spelling.
Shakara.
Yeah.
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 And you never know. I think we ought to ask the domain again and see if, this particular person comes. Listen, I know we've all got emails. I know you got them, Patrick. I did as well, that, she could very well be, a prison guard. True.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know that. And I think I wrote to 3 different people and said, we test all the spirits here. We do this show every Tuesday, and if they're lying to us, we're going to find out. And we'll call those ones out. But I haven't felt deceived on anything.
No, I haven't. She seemed quite genuinely interested last week.
Yeah.
I didn't feel threatened in any way.
No, and it wasn't near as overwhelming. Let me tell you, the first time we contacted Mars.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time.
Woo! I mean,
that is still the most viewed video on my channel. The first time I spoke with Mars.
Oh man, I mean, talk about sucking the joy right out of the room.
Big time.
That guy, woo! And you just feel bad, but it's interesting that when we talked to Mars told us that it did have water, and sure enough, it's like after we do these episodes, I find
then it gets proven, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's like, yeah, we knew that.
Of course we did. Yeah.
Come on over here. Well, I'll just give you all a list of it. Someone wants to ask Shakara, who is responsible for tricking humans into the soul trap? Well, a lot of questions for the domain. Were there underground detonations of hydrogen atomic weapons set off to try to systematically eliminate those beings living under the earth? I think that's a question for Earth. So we've got a lot to hear.
Let's crack on then, Wayne.
All right. You want to get yourself, what I always like to call, tuned into the frequency?
Yeah, sure. I've done my protection already, save some time. So
yeah. All right.
I'm ready when you are.
I am ready to go.
Okay.
Excellent. Earth frequency, how are you?
I am very well, Wayne, although there have been some upsetting events.
Would you care to elaborate, ma'am?
I have, as mentioned before, grown fond of the human population, and it saddens me when I see all the killing and death, especially concerning young children.
Yes.
Finish.
Yes. We are learning, Mother Frequency. That's all I can say. We are learning. Ma'am, we have a question, and I'll read you to the question as it was presented. The question is, there is a prophecy in all cultures on earth, religions, called the solar flash, in which those that are righteous will be transmuted into their light bodies with their full memories restored, and those that are evil, like the dark rulers of this realm, will be burned up like chaff. Is there any truth or validity to this prophecy?
This subject was touched upon when you spoke with the sun last week. The sun is going through changes, giving off energies and frequencies. This increase in energy, frequency, and power will activate a vast majority of the human population. This will activate their abilities. This will raise their frequency. Obviously, those who live their lives more negatively will not achieve that height of frequency and burned, probably the wrong word, they will just simply be left behind. Finish.
Thank you. Thank you. Earth Frequency, you spoke of beings living on the inside of you. Can you provide more understanding as to who or what they are, and are they the original inhabitants?
They are the original inhabitants of the earth. There was a an invasion, for want of a better phrase, that happened. Many alien races came, primarily the reptilians. They engineered the current humans. They made them breed. They subjugated them. They treat them as livestock. They abduct many, many people every year, and they get transported to different planets and moons throughout the solar system and further afield to harvest the mineral content of these planets and moons. It is a massive undertaking. The original inhabitants went underground, and they have successfully survived and are there now. They do come to the surface, not very often, but they do. They have what they would call search parties. They search for people they can help. There are alien races on the Earth who are fighting at this time with the armies of several of your governments. Finish.
Wow, can we take a break on that one? Holy crap.
That went on forever, Wayne.
Earth has answered a number of other questions I had on here. I mean, and I didn't even...
Really?
Yes. The next question was, how many other species of extraterrestrials are on Earth? And she just... You didn't know this. Caroline, you didn't know this. No one had this. Wow.
And here I get a question. Can you ask if they were from Alpha Draconis?
Patrick, you want to ask Earth?
You ask the question, Caroline, please.
Yes, I will. Earth frequency. Lauren Wagner would like to know if they were from Alpha Draconis.
Some were, but they come from further afield. It is a, what's the human phrase you would use? It is a conspiracy of many different participants. Finish.
This is amazing. I got more.
Just one thing, a lot of people are asking about the Schumann resonance, and we're not going to ask that question because we know that this is the planet receiving frequency from the sun, and it reflects in the Schumann resonance the update of frequency. The frequency are getting bigger, and also you can feel it in your body. You can have headaches and stuff like that. So this is what it is. When you see the Schumann resonance going crazy, well, it's our planet that's growing.
It's expanding, yeah.
Expanding.
Yeah, it is. It is. We have some more questions, and I got a lot of questions from the domain. So, group, how do you want to, do we want to just simply ask the domain? Do we want to find out if Shakara...
Can I just ask Caroline if she's happy to participate in this?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
It was a surprise, but I'm fine.
Hey, that's what life's about, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm trying to be a gentleman, Wayne, you know.
Well, you are a gentleman and a scholar, sir. And I happen to stand by that. So, so the domain, I mean, I have questions. Did the domain ever find evidence of a micronova? Who's responsible for trafficking and tricking humans into the soul trap? Are the craft that are being reported in the atmosphere? You see, they just go on. I mean,
On and on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah.
We're morphing into alien adventures, Wayne.
But also,
we are.
but also, she told us the very first time that she was here on a mission, and I'm very intrigued on starting with that. What is her mission?
Listen, if she wants to talk or another representative, I'll just say this. I don't know if it's the domain. I don't know what they call themselves, but this is what I am convinced of. They're here. They've been here.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know the challenge that this group has, because folks, this is an adventure. We're in places we haven't been before. Patrick and I are at the front, but if you folks are in the back asking the questions, we're doing the best we can up here too.
We're not professional interviewers in any shape or form.
Now, we may have a little powwow on the side and go, well, how in the world do we traverse this one? But, I am convinced there are greater intelligences other than ours. And if that possibility can even remotely exist, then that tells me then we're not alone here.
And we're also not the top of the food chain.
Yes. Now, someone did write to me, and the person's a very smart person. I can tell you they teach college.
Okay.
The person did say it would be interesting to ask the planets collectively how they view where they are at right now. We're in different regions of space.
Yeah, they keep mentioning that, don't they?
They do. And someone sent in a question for the sun, wanted to know the sun, is there any dwarf stars in the vicinity? So lots of good questions here.
But we know we're going towards the center of the galaxy, and we're not there yet. We've been told that. But and we've never been there before. We've never went to the center of the galaxy. That's why the planet, they don't know what to expect. It's a new place.
It is. Lance, by the way, that's so cool. There are no professionals on the front line, only amateurs. We do dare to go where angels fear. I mean, so
professionals have got more sense, Wayne.
Exactly. They're letting us go out there. And if we actually prove something, then they'll come in and say, oh, yeah, we knew this all along, but we're going to prove it now.
Okay.
We sent the two guys out. They were the sacrificial.
We're the cannon fodder, Wayne.
We are, my sir. We are. We truly are. I guess let's see. Patrick, how do you want to go about this? Do we want to ask Shakara, or is there another domain?
She's already here, Wayne.
Oh, she's already here. Well, do you think she knows? She probably knows. You said she wanted to talk to me?
She has an interest in you, Wayne.
Well, I have an interest in them as well. I have a sense that there may be more to this. You ever get this kind of pulling? You're going, yeah.
And I can feel her energy, and it is completely unique to anything else I've felt.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, far out. Well, let's speak with her. I am excited. Caroline, you excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Rock and roll. Are you ready in the chat room?
So, Shakara, when you're here, let us know.
I await your question, Wayne.
Well, may I say thank you for joining us. And I just want to let you know that I and Patrick and the others, we deeply respect your time. And so we just want to say thank you ahead of time.
You are welcome.
I'd like to know specifically who is responsible for tricking and trafficking of human souls to this soul trap. Do you know?
It is the Archons.
Are they still here?
Yes.
I thought so. Shakira, there has been the question of that there was a nuclear war in this quadrant of space. Was that to eliminate life, or was that simply a defensive or an attack, I guess is the word I'm looking for?
That was used as an example, Wayne.
Very good way to make a point, isn't it? The question that has been asked are you involved in altering the current DNA of humans on the planet today?
We do our part, Wayne.
Okay. Is there a purpose for that? Is that the question specifically I'm asking, is this a measure to protect us, or is this a measure to hinder us?
It is primarily research. We are very interested in your natural innate abilities. We have our own abilities, but they are not natural to us. We have to learn how to do these things. You, for some strange reason, just activate a part of your DNA, and these abilities can be triggered at any time.
Shakara, the question is, we know that we're trapped here, and you said that escape was almost impossible, but possible, I believe. The question has been asked, is there a map, so to speak, in our vernacular that others of us can find, or has that been taken away?
It is an individual journey, Wayne. You are all on your own paths. All paths lead to escape, but you have to make the right turn at the right time.
Shakara, I saw that. Folks, what I just got an image of was really, really weird. So I saw a multi-dimensional image is
stretching out in front of you. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, Shakara, it's been asked or told to me, are there some of us that are of the 3,000?
Do not wish to answer that one, Wayne.
I respect that. The question has been asked, Shakara, is we are seeing a lot of craft in our skies of different shapes, mini, triangle, large crafts. Are these yours, or are they of another place?
It is a mixture. Most of our craft is too well hidden for you to see. Most of the craft you see are actually piloted by humans.
They reversed engineered, didn't they?
Correct.
Shakara, there's been a question about the domain. You seem to be just another side of those that you have conquered. According to our understanding, there was a thing here called the Old Empire. The question is, do you value life?
We value existence. Life is eternal. Your physical body may die. You do not. Life is life. It goes on. It just changes.
Shakara, you said existence. That is very interesting. It seems like it would have a higher priority than life.
Yes, because it is eternal. You exist forever.
Wow. I know you answered this question, that you have encountered other more powerful beings tied to Earth that we call gods, but are they in fact gods as they claim to be?
No.
The question I have to you specifically, Shakara, and I'm actually thinking this question to you because of the complexity of it. Is it true that we have been genetically modified to reduce our abilities, not only through intelligence, but through lifespan as well?
This is correct. Your lifespan has been deliberately shortened. You should live for at least 1,000 years.
Is there plans for the domain to eventually manifest before humanity, or is this something that's not how it's done?
My communication with you is the first step. We will judge each event as they happen.
Shakara, I'm telling you, I have great respect for you. I have a sense that there's others around you. I can sense them. Is there anything that you would like, or the group that's around you, to say?
I am not in charge. I have superiors watching me and what I say. I am held accountable. It is a concern as an individual. The domain as a whole have watched Earth and its inhabitants over many, many millennia, and we feel, we sense there is a culmination approaching. We do not know what will happen.
Thank you. I respect that. And please let your superiors know that we want to learn the protocol. And if you can teach us, then I know we'll be able to communicate much more freely.
I got a question here from Truth in Me. Question for Shakara. Are you a part of my past history before I came here? And are you the one that sent me the dream about the communication deck last night?
Again, I choose not to answer that question at this time.
Sorry, Truth in Me.
Actually, I think that's that would just whet my curiosity more. Wow.
Maybe that's why she didn't answer.
Yeah.
She's standing in front of her bosses.
I got a sense, there's a different feel there. I got a sense
Different
that
vibe. Yeah, it's more business-like. It's the if you think of her as a military person, you're talking to the officer, you're not talking to the individual. Whereas last week we had quite a bit of the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question, Sakara, for your superiors. And it has been reported through various space agencies here on Earth that, and I can only put it this way, that there are rumors of another force that has entered into this region of space. Is this true?
This region of the universe is becoming very crowded, Wayne. There is much interest in what may happen. It has never happened before.
Mm.
You may say you are the best show in town.
Wow. They see it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think. Wow. They don't see like, pardon?
Upfront, they know your question and they give you the answer before you even ask.
Yeah, but they do it telepathically. There was an image that I saw. They see differently.
Well, they see the whole picture.
Yeah, they see. The best word I know is essence of force. Many different there are many different essences. There is something that is going on. All right, can we just take a break here for a second?
Sure.
When you start getting this thing going into you. So what I saw at that point when whoever was I don't think it was Shakara. I don't know. It could have been, but
no, she's there, but she's she's under scrutiny herself, Wayne. I got that impression.
Yeah. Folks, there's something going on. I mean, we all sense it, but what I saw was as though I was looking out into the vastness of space. There is different forces, different essences of intelligence. And some swarm and some come in.
And where our light spectrum is tiny, they have a different light spectrum. Some see things, others don't. And again, others over here might see something completely different. I don't think any one species, for want of a better word, sees the whole.
Yeah.
Maybe the Archons do, but I don't think anybody else does.
But the thing is, it's all frequency.
It's all frequency. Everything is frequency.
They all have a unique frequency. And yesterday, as I was working with my car insurance, I could tell that was a very low frequency matter. And it was very difficult for me yesterday to just cope with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's all about frequency. And you feel it in the heart first.
You do.
I'm curious, how is everyone in the chat room? That just blew me away. There are sometimes some things that, boy, you feel it too. I mean, that's why I have to,
Here, Lisa Mary is saying the reptilian and Archon are being kicked out. The show is on. Source is tired of their crap.
Well said, Lisa. Well said.
Folks, I mean, come on, I love this. This is why I look forward to this show, because it's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. Unlike anything. Well, can we speak with the sun? I have a sense that the sun wants to say something to us. You ready, Patrick?
When you are, Wayne.
Sun frequency, may we speak with you, sir?
Yes. Hello, Wayne.
How are you?
I am adjusting to my new situation, but I am okay.
I see that seems like things are starting to get heated up with you, just figuratively speaking.
It's becoming very interesting.
From our point of view, particularly, sun frequency, the question has been asked, are there any dwarf stars close to you? Yes or no, I guess is the question.
Close is a relative term, but I can sense a dwarf star, yes.
Thank you, son. That's the question. I realized when I said close that, you're dealing, your terminology and mine is very finite. The question has been asked that in the Kuiper Belt, are we going to be discovering new planets?
I believe I have said before, there are planets that you do not know of as yet. The solar system is bigger than you have been taught.
Yeah, and suns are exchanging planet, like atom is exchanging electron, we were told last show.
Correct.
Excellent point of view. Sun frequency, the question has been asked, is space a liquid?
That is a good way to explain it, but it's not tangible in a sense, but it is more liquid than it is solid.
Sun frequency, I just had an image that it's almost like we're in a serum. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's tangible, isn't it?
It's more of a mixture of realities.
Oh, I can see that. Sun Frequency, there has been the question that you are in a period of what we call weakness, but I have to ask you, sir, is this really a period of rest for you?
It is simply a period of change. I am getting stronger all the time. I have never been weak.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That is a very good way of saying it, and I appreciate the correction on that. Sun Frequency, I think we may have asked this question before, but I'll ask it again. Do you have a twin or couple of other stars? And I don't know whether it's say brothers or sisters, but are you alone or are there other stars that dance with you?
Very well put, Wayne. There are other stars outside of my influence. There is a tiny star, very tiny star, at the center of Earth frequency.
Sun Frequency, I think I saw that. It's almost like it's a dance. A very graceful dance.
Like a waltz.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I saw. That's what I saw. I saw what was a white and blue dancing in this beautiful. Well, thank you, Sun Frequency. Is there anything you would like to tell us about?
I am pleased that many of your community are speaking with the planets within my system. I would also like to be spoken to on a regular basis.
I can assure you, sir, we will. We honor you. We speak favor into you and much love. If it wasn't for you, we would not be in these bodies, and we thank you for that.
Can I ask a question, please?
Certainly.
Sun Frequency, is there any life form on your surface or inside you?
I don't wish to upset you, young lady, but I cannot answer that at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Sun Frequency, we thank you, sir.
You know, who say no word consent?
No word consent.
Yeah, if I don't tell you, I consent. Like.
Oh, I see. Well, that's all I have for the sun.
Hope to speak to you again, Wayne.
Thank you. You're beautiful. I love you. I love how the question was answered on, is space a liquid? That was so interesting.
You're going to have to remind me on that one because I'm spaced out over here.
But Wayne,
yes, ma'am.
When you think about it, that the sun is exchanging planet and all this and that, and it's some liquid type of thing. If you think of a cell as a cell of your own body, and you could shrink your own self as the size of the cell in your body, what would be around you? Like, let's say a blood cell. What would be around you? Empty or some type of liquid thing?
I think
something
it would be like
that transport electricity, for sure.
Protoplasma.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, like the ghost in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I heard in my head? Amniotic fluid. That's what I heard.
Our planet is probably a cell in a giant, like very, very giant.
Boy, it's really hitting me hard now. And because that's what I heard, amniotic fluid. And when you think about it, everything in space would almost have to be in something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is your mind fried yet? We haven't get to the spices yet.
This is fabulous. I'm trying to get out Do we have any other questions for the planets? You see, this is what really got me. Now, Shakara didn't know this, and there is a question buried in here that I just saw, and she answered it before anyone. It says, to any of the planets, was there a war by biological beings that used atom-splitting technology, nuclear or other light weapons? And that's exactly what she said they were doing. Didn't have to even ask it again.
That's what I told you.
Well, wow, I'm still sitting
I
here.
can't even say wow. I'm just dumbfounded.
It's
a bit
Okay.
different to our show, isn't it, Caroline?
Some people want to talk to Pluto, but
well, let's
Garratt,
talk to Pluto.
What is your question, Garratt? You want to talk to Pluto, but you have no question. Give me a question.
And I tell you, Pluto likes talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. It told us that wish you guys would come out here more often. And I'm trying to see if I have one for Pluto.
Well, here is all I get is what's going on with Pluto. So,
Oh, that's very vague.
yeah. All right.
Someone wants to know if we can ask Pluto, what does well, I think we've asked this before. Pluto has told us that it sees something out there.
Yes.
It sensed something.
Yes. And I think Uranus mentioned it as well.
Yes, yes.
And I think Neptune did.
Someone asked to ask Saturn, does Saturn know of the domain? I think that's a perfectly appropriate question. I mean, it's one way to find out what someone is saying from the domain part, but it's another thing. We've got a relationship with the planets. So someone...
That's worth a try.
What do you think, Patrick?
You can only ask, Wayne.
All right, let's ask Saturn. Saturn frequency, are you available?
Always.
Thank you. How are you?
I am very happy, Wayne.
Excellent, excellent. Saturn frequency, the question has been asked. We've been talking to what appears to be representatives of a group called the Domain. Are you aware of such a group?
I know of them.
You don't sound real impressed.
Small fry, Wayne.
Small fry. Saturn, that indicates that I sense that there is something much bigger.
Correct.
Are you allowed to elaborate, or do you... I would like to know more about this.
The Elohim, of which we have talked before, are more powerful and energetic than any other visitor.
Saturn, I had that in my head before you even answered it, the Elohim. Saturn, do you have a sense that they're preparing for something?
They recognize that many of your population are coming to understand their real intentions. They have pretended to be gods. They have pretended to be benevolent. It is becoming clear that this is false. They are trying to limit their losses.
Saturn, can I ask you a real question, because I have a sense that you observe this. We have an event in our history here on Earth of a great deluge. I contend, and it's just me, Saturn, that was not a deluge that we have been told, that was a species eliminating event. Am I right or am I wrong?
It was a reset.
Are we talking in a physical sense? Or are we talking in a more what we would call spiritual sense?
Both.
Both. And during this event, were you under siege?
That happened. That was the time that I lost overall control, although I am determined to regain it.
Saturn, I get the word, you were assaulted.
I was tricked.
They know how to talk to you, don't they?
Yes.
You were tricked.
They appeared through what you would call a portal. They appeared as gods, pronounced themselves gods, and I was foolish to believe them.
They moved you, didn't they?
I believe you have a saying, they knew what buttons to push.
And if I'm getting this right, did they physically move you from Earth? Is that what am I just hearing this, or is this foundation?
They needed me in this location so that I could be used to control the human population. This is not my natural position in orbit around the sun.
I got that. They positioned you for a frequency.
For strategic purposes.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I see that, sir. I see that. That makes sense.
And the Elohim are from another dimension also.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
They also use time travel.
There's a question, Saturn. Are the Elohim in control of the hexagon north on your North Pole?
I choose not to answer that.
Okay. I can respect that. Well, Saturn, I want to say thank you. You shared something that totally makes sense now. It answers a question. I hope that as we get to know each other and trust is gained, that we will feel more comfortable to talk more. But I want to say thank you so much for your time, Saturn. Thank you.
We are coming to the realization that we can indeed trust you.
Well, our hearts are pure.
Before we let you go, Saturn, some people in the chat room would like to know if you like Jupiter or not.
Jupiter is my brother. Of course, I love him.
Thank you.
I think if all brothers are sometimes a real pain in the rear end.
Yeah, but family is family, eh?
Well, thank you, Saturn. Thank you so much. And we just invoke great favor upon you in peace.
I am more peaceful than I have been in a very long while, Wayne. Thank you for your assistance.
One day we shall meet, my friend. We shall meet.
I look forward to it.
Thank you. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, wow.
Am I imagining the different personalities of all these planets?
They're becoming more crystalline in my mind.
That's crazy, Wayne.
You know what I see with Saturn? He reminds me, the personality reminds me of a noble knight.
Good. Yeah, it's a good metaphor, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Strong integrity. I mean, integrity means a lot to this planet.
Yeah.
Wow, we do not need to be the small fries in order to move forward. Blazing River, I like that. You know, we're going to find out more. I mean, listen, Saturn was not impressed. Small fries. I mean, but if you think about it, go ahead.
I nearly didn't say it, but I had to say it.
It's perfect.
She's still here. And I'm calling her small fry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're tagging up there going, But you think about this. I mean,
you talking to me?
You talking to me? You want some of me? I mean, they actually, to move a planet, this is what I saw. To literally move the energy of a planet to a frequency point of ingress, egress, it's like enhancing a frequency, amping it up tens of billions of times. You're using the essence of the planet.
And the position has to be the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine the technology required to do such a thing?
But they're from another dimension.
Yes, they are.
And Shakira and the diamond is from our dimension.
Good point, Caroline. Very good point. I had not taken that. Is a really good point.
That is a very good point. Hence, small fry, Wayne.
And I can dig that. I mean, but you think about this. The challenge for humanity is how do you deal with an interdimensional coexisting energy that can manifest, we assume, into physical form. But yeah.
I think that that is why a lot of people are having their abilities activated. That is why a lot of people are raising their frequency. That is why the Earth is expanding and raising her frequency. It's in order to give us the tools we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were told that our greatest weapon in this universe
is love.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely, I tell you what I'm experiencing. Each time we continue to do this, the messages are becoming, they're not words, they're images. And boy, I mean, when they really
you get images, I get feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's why it works so well here, because the two form.
They coalesce together. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I forget. We're going to do the Lilith show. And by the way, I want to say something for Warrior Queen, Lois. Folks, she needs to get to 1,000 subscribers. Go over there, subscribe to her, and to the rest of the good feet. This is what makes our community stronger. And Lois, you are just absolutely loved by all of us. You are as I tell people all the time, if there's a matriarchal figure, it would be Warrior Queen. You don't mess with Mama.
Well said. Well said.
That's all I got to say about that. Connect to talk to Ariel from the. Is Ariel still around? Do we want to try to connect with her?
Did she die or is she still alive? I don't know.
I don't know.
She's not dead.
She's not dead.
No.
Okay. Good question. Well, I think that what we'll do, why don't we try to connect with Ariel next week? Caroline, would you like to join us on Tuesdays for this?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
All right. What do you think, Patrick?
I think that's great. Yeah. Take the pressure off of us, Wayne.
Yeah. I tell you, I like it. The fact that, Caroline, that you can look at the chat room and bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do my best.
You do excellent, my dear. You do excellent.
Brilliant.
What a show. What a show. I mean, I'm sitting here actually stunned. I have to tell you,
I forget what the question was, but the one when Earth frequency answered and she kept talking for quite a while.
Yeah.
There's a lot of of information in there.
I hope you folks read the transcripts. We have Lee and Caroline that spend hours on this.
Yeah.
Lee, I'm going to send you the tea. You need to send me your address again. And Caroline, if you like tea, I'll send you some too. And
by the way, Wayne, I don't know if you've seen Lee, but that's Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Hi, Lee. There you go. Now, is that just beauty or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there was only other, I often tell people there's only one other beautiful woman in my life. That's my wife. And so I don't look beyond that. But Lee, so good to see you. So good to see the image. And thank you, my dear.
And she's sitting in her kitchen, Wayne. That's where she does all the transcripts, sitting in her kitchen.
She writes it by hand.
Yeah.
And after she put it on the computer, but she
Yeah.
got it write it down all by hand.
What? Going to have to do something very sweet for you, sweetheart. That is just a labor of love. And so I think sending some of the tea, which I guess this tea has now gone around the world.
What's with that tea anyway? I mean, tea. There's thousands of kind of tea in the store. Can't find the one you're talking about.
I think he's calling it tea, Caroline, but it might be something different.
No, it's authentic. But, listen, life is so joyful, as I say.
Life is full of surprise.
It is. Well, I got to tell you, this has just been fabulous. This is like going to the amusement park. It is for my mind. I mean, I really believe in this. I really do. This is something that, all my life, I believed in an untangible, unseen being. And that wasn't a stretch for me. And then when I leave that and understand it's much bigger.
Understand.
Yeah. Comprehend.
Oh dear, Wayne. Told you we had to behave ourselves, didn't I, Wayne? I told you.
Hey, listen, that's why we have balance here, in order to learn, you have to learn to be corrected and take it in grace.
The blinkers are coming off.
Yes, exactly. And this is a place of wonderment. When it finally connected with me that all sacred scripture is done by channeling, it tells me everything right there. I think we were designed to communicate like this, Patrick.
It's a natural ability, Wayne.
I really do believe it.
If you watch any historian and archaeologists, they all talk about that, like just about everything. I'm into it, and especially that guy I'm watching on YouTube. He's on Sri Lanka and India, and all the sites he goes to, and all his observation is just mind-blowing, and it does connect with what we do. So I can relate to him and his discovery, and it's just amazing.
It's wonderful. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Sherry Spear. Sherry, when I did my cleansing ceremony today, Sherry made this for me, and
fantastic.
So I do a sage cleansing ceremony now before we do our shows, and it's working. I don't know about you, but Patrick, it just felt, it was exciting. There, more personalities. It's like going to a concert, and you're trying to get to your seat. Well, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you, and
they're going to lock me up with multiple personality disorder.
Well, when they do, let them know about us. We'll come join you.
Cool.
Don't forget the tea.
Don't forget the tea.
The tea. Love it.
We'd probably end up converting the whole staff. They'd probably join our side going, these people, they know what they're talking about. Well, thank you too.
Wow.
Miss Caroline, your ladies first. Would you like to say something to the group as we exit this fabulous hour?
Yeah, remember the narrow gate is you to choose between fear and love at any moment of your life.
Well said, madam.
Well said. Here, here.
Cheers on that one. And Mr. Patrick.
Well, we always say at this time, well, that was better than last week. Well, that was better than last week, Wayne.
It gets better. When I got the title, Planets Talking, it really came to me that they want to talk. We just got to learn how to communicate with them. And Patrick, my friend, and with people like Caroline and everyone else that support us, we're learning to talk to them. So join us.
We should do a roundup.
What's that?
We should do a roundup. Just let them speak.
That is a good idea. Patrick, maybe at the end of each show, we'll give them an opportunity to whoever would like to speak. That's an excellent idea, Caroline.
Yeah.
I think we should thank them before we go, Wayne.
All right, let's do that. Patrick, and you're ready? Maybe one of them would like to speak to us, but I will certainly invoke a Thanksgiving to all of them. Tell them thank them.
Okay, I'll see if anybody wants to.
Well, I'll just say this to all of the planets, the suns, and to those spirits, the dragons, the domain, those who wish to communicate to us. We thank you for your time, and we invite you to join us and as we learn together.
This is sun frequency. My family are indeed grateful for the communication we are having. Many of my children are being sent love, and I can see the difference in that. You have my love and my gratitude. Thank you.
We are honored, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is white buffalo sage.
Wow.
See? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, continue to join us. We thank you for your support. Y'all are the best. And Patrick, we just thank you as that point of contact. And Caroline, I look forward to having you on.
I'll be there. So
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow we have a chat, and then next Tuesday, and my chilling when?
We're going to do the chilling, and I think that we're getting compatible.
The chilling tomorrow?
No, I'll have you on the noonday show. Would you like to come on as a guest on the noonday show?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like today?
Same time as today, Caroline.
Yeah, but yeah, I can do that. But my chilling is something else, right? I send you the invitation and I drive, right?
Yeah.
I'll heckle you from the chat room.
Listen, Wayne, I got my license from somebody that has no license, okay?
Well, we'll get the chilling for Caroline's channel worked out. We'll announce that, and we'll just have a party over on her side. How's that?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We couldn't do it without your questions.
Thank you, everybody in the chat room.
All right, folks, y'all be good. Y'all stay on before as we exit out of here. Be good, everyone. Love yourselves. In the end, that's the only one that really counts.
That's right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.